Now come closer. Come closer to me. Come closer, come closer, and live the life of your dreams. Well, what? Who are you? Where did you come from? I'm not getting out of the water until you tell me. Now talk. You walked here. How in the sea would someone in heavy armor, carrying a pack of equipment, walk across water onto this teeny tiny island surrounded by reefs? A magic item. Show me. Boots of water walking. Who gave you these? There's only one place where they would make these, and no human can go there without owning a pair already. Given to you by a prince. Right, and I'm the queen of the elves. Have you come to kill me? You can tell me the truth. There's been plenty of knights here to kill me already, and there will be plenty more. I've never seen one of them pick up a magic item to do it, though. They all underestimate me. Come in a boat and drown with their heavy armor on their person. I don't like it when they try to shoot at me with bows, but at least they take all the shiny things with them. That's always nice. Being able to pick up the shiny objects without much of a fight. You need me to help you. With what? Why should I even help you? Oh, you're serious. That's even funnier. You come to ask a siren to enter the floating city of Aria. You are just... I can't believe you're actually serious. Actually, speaking of, how did you resist my song? Well, I was singing, and normally that works as an enchantment which charms anyone who hears it. Nobody who hears it can resist coming closer to me and then simply staring at me from up close, and then walking into the water. You're not telling me you're deaf too, are you? Then how did you resist? A what now? What in the seven hells is a demi-hero? Okay, so you're like a normal human, but one of your parents got an incredible power level, which caused them to transfer a little bit of that ability onto you, which included an innate resistance to magic. You're sure you're only here to get to Aria, and not to kill me? Alright, then let me explain why asking me to take you to Aria is a very, very dumb idea. Sirens aren't allowed in Aria anymore. Shocker. But it's true. Sirens aren't allowed into the floating city of Aria because of our song. There's a long story behind it involving a very powerful sea witch, the subjugation of a bit over half the fish in the sea, and the creation of sea demons. But the story gets exhausting to tell. Basic idea is that we're responsible for a whole lot of problems, and trying to get in there makes them really nervous. Well, yeah, I know where it is. but that's useless. I might be able to take you up to the floating city, but you can't get into it. Oh, you misunderstand what the city is like completely. You think it floats on top of the sea, don't you? Well, no. The city of Arya does float. But it's floating above a massive crack in the surface of the world, the bottom of which is said to be a gate directly to Tartarus. It's completely submerged in the sea. Unless you can breathe underwater, you can't go there. Well, we keep it floating thanks to a dragon turtle called Ariama, which is where the city gets its name. Basically, she's just swimming above the chasm, and we asked her politely if we could build a city on her shell some 3,000 years ago. She said yes, and it quickly became one of the most important cities in our civilization. They even built the royal palace on top of her head. She's said to be a descendant of the ancient Hydra and a human. I have no idea how the combination would lead to a massive turtle with a breath weapon and enough size and strength to support an entire city, but it's not my place to question anything about the world I live in. I'm just a siren, trying to get by. Why do you need to go there anyways? I've obviously never talked to a human for long, let alone see one that wanted to get into Arya. To warn them. Warn them of what? A war. How does your king expect to do that? You humans can't go down into the ocean. There's no way you can wage a war on Arya and win. You aren't even fast enough swimmers to catch up to us, and fighting on the land is completely different than fighting in the sea. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need you to move so I can go back to singing and getting money to buy food. Yes, I buy food. Now, how I get the money is obviously from sinking sailors, but, you know, eat humans. What in Hades are you talking about? You are completely uninformed, aren't you? The floating city doesn't float on water. You can't fight the merfolk on their own territory, and most of all, we don't eat humans. Now, the only reason I could see why you'd think that is because of the sea demons, which could be mistaken for us. But they're decidedly different species, and they sing with dozens at a time to create the effects of one siren. We sirens actually prefer to munch on some deep-sea coral. A plant-based diet is much better for the skin, and with all due respect, there's more magic in a good chunk of coral than the average human. Yeah, you might think that you have some pretty good magical potential, but no. By the time I learned my first spell, a human child probably couldn't even walk yet. And before you bring up sorcerers, they don't count. That's just the monster blood running through their veins, giving them more innate magic than they're supposed to have. Oh yeah, definitely. Making someone able to breathe underwater isn't that hard. Wait a second. You're not trying to trick me into taking you to Arya. Again, even if I wanted to, I couldn't go down there with you. If I wanted to, of course. Wait a second, what's in that bag? Show it to me, human. Well, because I want to see what's inside. Do I need a reason to ask you to show me something? This is technically my house. I can just tell you what to do if I wanted to. Just because my singing doesn't work doesn't mean I don't have other options. That's what I thought. A bag of holding. Turn it upside down. Show me what's inside. I don't care if it takes too long to pack it back in. Tell you what. The reason I want to see what's in your bag is because I know humans carry a lot of shiny stuff, especially soldiers like you. So, if you just turn your bag upside down, we might be able to make a deal on what I take from your stuff, in return for bringing you to Arya and casting a spell to make you breathe underwater. Now, will you please show me everything inside? That little box over there, what's inside of it? That's a no on that then. How about that little bag? Is it filled with gold? All right. Let's start with 10 gold pieces. That's not going to be the final prize. That's just the beginning. Is that cape magical or is it normal? What does it do then? Displacer robe, made from the pelt of a displacer beast. As in, somebody killed a displacer beast and skinned it. Poseidon in the seas, you've got yourself a deal. If I get that robe, I'm taking you to Arya and swimming your ass down to Ariama's face as a complimentary service. Does it matter why I want it that badly? You're getting what you want from me, aren't you? Well, prepare to run for a while, because it is a long way from here to the chasm. If you insist on giving them your mostly useless warning, you're going to have to run across half a sea to do it. So follow me. I'll lead the way. I know a couple of islands where we can take a breather as well, so you can sleep for a bit. Usually it's just a day to travel from here to there, but when you're not swimming with a tail like mine, I imagine it takes a lot longer. So buckle up, soldier. It's going to be some time before you can take a rest like this.